about 60% of the population. So
Cool Tool Tuesday. We used to do Cool Tool Tuesday, and then you switched to Mondays. We're back on a Tuesday.
only for today.
Oh, and today only. Everything must go. Sail.
Everything that's on the ground is free.
Everything that's on the ground is free. Oh, I see some catch buckets. Oh, and a speaker. Oh, yeah. Keep it smelling good in here from all these nasty, greasy monkeys getting on here.
That's right.
That's style. Dig it. Little Katie Tool action. Like it.
You're gonna do it like. I was finishing with that. What's up with that?
Very nice. Yours is.
They're crazy, right? Hey, that one.
Ooh, what is this? Long reach, double jointed. Very nice. Beyond Japanese industrial. Vessel tools. Ooh, look at these big old heavy duty Gearwrench picks. Some chisels. Putty knives are awesome by VIM. Had nothing but good luck. Ooh, check out these long torch drive handles. I like those. Those are nice. Very nice. Some platinum tappet wrenches. Thin. Those come in handy. Gearwrench crow's feet. Ooh. Looks like some mids in the half-inch. 3/4. Oh, 3/8. 3/8 drive mid impact. All the way. Really am considering getting that freaking die grinder from Milwaukee, that's for sure. That's been a cool tool. Let's see. Sunex plier set. Oh, here we go. KD tool, oil filter canister socket set. That comes in handy. Some Lyle picks. Look at all those different angles. These exhaust pliers do come in handy for their little grommets. Push them off. I need a spill-free funnel buddy. I lost all the adapters to mine, and there's like one in the shop, so I absolutely got to get that today. It's not like I'm trying to spend $1 bajillion, but 20, 30 bucks is fine. Okay. I think that'll pretty much wrap it up, guys. It's pretty cool stuff. That comes in handy. Very nice.
He has a cart here.
And Snap-on to the rescue. He heard my pleas of help, and he said, let me drop everything I'm doing and every customer I'm with. I'm right there, Justin. I'm on the way. Right, Garrett?
Absolutely.
That's right. That's Snap-on love for you right there. All right. What else we got going on in here? Oh, I don't think I've seen this. Oh, that's nice. What is that, blood red?
Yeah, it's cranberry drawers and black trim with the black box.
I like it. All right, so we're getting changed out for some orange. Those are nice. High-vis plier set. Ratchets are always on lock. He's always got a nice ratchet selection. Ooh, the lady slipper. I have the little one to that. I have the baby one. Look at all these little guys right here. Some of these ones I missed. They come in handy. I don't need ratchets, but some of them do come in handy. Ooh, E-Torx and chrome. I like that. Which reminds me, I think I do have another Snap-on thing. You're gonna have to let me think about it that had broke on me. I can't recall. Okay. But I'll get back to you on it to see if we can get it remedied. I want to say it was a mid-length socket that split.
Okay.
And I wanted to see if I can get that changed. Also, I have a 90-degree drill, and I've been thinking maybe I might keep it, but I was wondering, Jake told me you can get just the body for like 80 bucks. Is that right?
Just the body.
Like to the drill, like to a 90-degree angle drill. Like if you were to order just the body to it and just change the bodies out.
I would need to check pricing on it.
Okay,
for sure.
That would be cool because I was thinking, I was like,
are you thinking like if you have it, you want a different color on it?
Yeah, like I got the green and black right now. I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just change the body out, get the high vis. I do use it; it's nice.
I can have it send it out. It takes about 2 weeks to get a new casing on it.
Okay, that'd be cool. All right, right on. And some nice big old dead blows. Nice little hammer assortment. Look at this green cart. I know a Power Stroke Jude that would be liking this, that's for sure. Some different flashlights here. We talked about this one a little bit. Check this guy out though. That's pretty slick looking. Nice. Still got that blue and black car. Cleaning wipes. I need to get a 3/8 drive pneumatic. They just something. The snap-on ones just hit differently, you know. Oh, PWZ3s. That's the next big dog one to get. Little dream list, wish list action. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for us on the Snap-on truck with Mr. Garrett. Thanks for hanging out with us, Garrett. Thanks for letting us look around.
You're welcome.
Nice little Q&A action. See what we got going on for the day. Got to get this Honda fired up and finished. Waiting for one gasket. That's all we got. We'll see you guys here momentarily. We'll talk about some more stuff back at the house. All right. It's that time. New tools. Let's see here. The round one. That. And I need one of these other ones. Probably going to be the red one, probably.
Did that come with you?
Like that.
Yeah. Got better one?
And then this test fit. Fits perfect. Very nice. Man, I was missing all the adapters. So nice to have one back. Spill free funnel, buddy. Made by Liesel. It's always cool when you can bust in a brand new tool in the same day. I knew I had a need for this. Matt was the only one in the shop, I think, that had all the pieces to it. The other two had missing pieces. I gave one away that had missing pieces because I couldn't use it. So, but this tool is used a lot. Absolute lot. It's just as important as having an airlift. Cooling system is a very finicky system. 3 cooling tools you'll absolutely need. Spill-free funnel buddy, coolant pressure tester with various adapters, and an airlift. And I'll show you guys all 3 of those before the end of the day. All right, so this is my Cornwell coolant pressure tester. I actually bought it from Jeff a long time ago. These are the adapters I have. This screw-on style is for like GM and Ford. This style here is for Audi and Volkswagen. This is to coolant pressure test a domestic radiator cap. This is to coolant pressure test a Asian or Euro cap. And then here's like another Honda adapter, and this might fit Nissan or Euro as well. So these are the helpful adapters that I have, and I haven't really found a need for too many other adapters aside from this here at the Independent. And so now we'll go ahead and pressure test the system, make sure we don't have any leaks and everything's good. Let that sit here for a couple minutes. This is my cooling system refiller or air bleeder, airlift. You can see it has a domestic style of locking device. You're gonna want those little adapters to adapt it to other vehicles if you have other vehicles you have to fill. Like the screw-on type cap or the Asian caps. It's nice to have all those different ones and the airlift. Well, she lives. Now we're just gonna monitor the coolant temperature. Right now we're at 190. Wait till it gets closer to 200 and we'll seal her up, take her for a road test, and be done with her. I did end up making a rookie mistake though. I accidentally got the map and the idle air control connectors swapped on accident. The connector is like, takes the same pin out, so if you have idling issues after you do the repair, check those connectors. The blue one goes back there to the idle air control valve. The gray one goes up here towards the top. Alright, we're going to be checking out this ES726 battery analyzer. got 550 cold cranking amps. Let's see what we got to do. I've never used this thing before. I don't imagine it being very hard. Let's see. Is battery charged? Well, the answer would be no. Recharge and retest. 259 out of 550. Okay, so we'll recharge it and retest it. All right, well, you guys have been asking for it. I'll give you a small little tour. I'm not gonna go really crazy in depth, or maybe I might, but I'll just show you around. I've been getting asked a lot about my toolbox, where it's at now, now that I've gotten rid of stuff, etc. So here it is real quick. As you can see, you got the Gearwrench mechanic set empty up there because all the drawers are inside the US General service cart that I'm using with the shop. Here's the Capri set, gloves, stereo, under hood light by Cornwell. You can see I don't really have much going on up in here anymore, except for all the kids. This first top drawer. Triple squares, Phillips, flathead, plugs, Allen's, 12 points. Small Torx, these things definitely come in handy. Love having those things. Hex drivers, mids quarter, spline drive, Matco, 1/4 inch, wobble, magnetic sockets. You guys have seen those before. Oil filter wrench adapter, sockets. You guys have seen these before. These are tamper Torx. Yeah, tamper Torx. I think these are just my long triple squares. And then these are Vector. These are a spline drive. Those are meant for like BMW. And of course I got Triton kit. These are my 1/2 inches. 3/8 mid. These are the E-Torx, some adapters, universals. Snap-on 12mm 12 point for 4 drive shaft bolts. Couple of O2 rethreader, spark plug rethreader. Various adapters. This Matco 10mm is the freaking bee's knees. What ratchets I have left that I chose to keep. This is primarily pry bar, trim tool, breaker bar, ratchet wrenches, some elbow wrenches, mirror, magnet, oil filter wrenches. This is screwdrivers, picks, etc. These are all of my pliers. Air hammer drawer, PWZs, die cutter. Kind of drill and extractor deal. The engine, transmission, special pullers, things like that. Kind of a cordless drawer. You guys have seen this, nothing's really changed there. Special tools, special diagnostic pressure testers. My miscellaneous drawer. It's my Matco vacuums and feeler gauges. Wrenches still look the same. This drawer's still the same. Still the same. Torque wrenches. Miscellaneous stuff. Well, that'll pretty much do it. I'll do a more in-depth one down the road, explain which tools I have and why. Just a quick little down and dirty before we head off to the house. See you guys back at the house.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. Okay, we are back at the house and back with tonight's discussion topic. So we did have 2 tool trucks that showed up today. We are going to talk about some other cooling system or cooling repair tools that you might find that are going to be lifesavers that will come in handy. I don't exactly have pictures of these, but wrap your head around it and you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay, so spill-free funnel buddy, we talked about that. That's going to be very key and crucial to your life as a mechanic in the automotive industry for cooling system repairs. The airlift or Venturi refill kit of some kind, okay? You can get these on Amazon, you can get them from the Snap-on, or you can get them from Matco or Cornwell or your independent tool distributor, whoever. You just got to have them because certain cars, you actually are required to use an airlift in order to properly bleed the cooling system. If you don't, you will have overheating issues no matter how many times you try to burp it with that spill-free funnel buddy. You're never going to get the air pocket out unless you have one of these. That being said, the next tool, some kind of screwdriver. I know this sounds ridiculous, but hear me out. Screwdriver socket kits for sure, because some of these thermostat housings are going to have a plastic bleed screw that you can have an oversized Phillips, like a number 3, or an oversized flathead where you can crack it loose, let the air out. Once it starts to free flow without an air bubble, you can tighten it back down. And that's even after you get done using an airlift to pull it all in. Sometimes you have to get past, the last little air pocket that you might have. So make sure you do that. And you have those other ones like this Honda today. I needed a 12mm socket to crack the bleed screw on it before tightening it down and then running it to operating temperature. Head gasket failure. So some kind of head gasket checker kit, right? I had one. I got rid of it. The shop's got like 2 or 3 more. I don't need one. I'm not doing any repairs here at the house. So I let it go on the cheap to a buddy of mine that needed it. But does come in handy. I used it quite often. And for the longest time, I was one of the only guys that had one in the shop. And that's at the dealer shop. A lot of the dealers didn't actually carry those. There was maybe the shop foreman had one. That was about it. So at some point, it's going to be a handy tool. Various locking or at least grip style pliers of some kind for the compression and radiator hoses, okay? They have this mechanism one where you squeeze it like this and it ratchets. And at the other end of this long cable, there's these teeth that bite on, cinch down, and then they hold on and retain that clamp into position so you can slide it back off the hose. I have a pair of Cornwell pliers that have a notch cut out specifically for radiator hoses. I do believe Liesel, right, makes this brand of pliers where you can squeeze, click, 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 and it locks. And if you re-squeeze and push a button, it ungrips, and it's got these alligator-like teeth. Those are cool. Knipex has a pair of locking pliers. They come in handy for certain situations, not all situations. I have found that there are some spots, they're not that useful because you can't get in there at the right angle. For upper and lower radiator hoses, sure. Anything heater core related or anything like that, it's too awkward of a tool to really use, but it does have its purpose. Hose picks, okay, so radiator hose picks. They have some that are non-marring and they have some that have a sharp tip, both of which are very beneficial to have, okay? I have found myself in a lot of situations where these radiator hoses, through metallurgy, through chemical makeup, make it to where that hose is just on there. Through heat transfer and everything else, that rubber is hot, it's melted on there, and you gotta take a pick and try to scoop around and hopefully not pierce the hose. So those are some other tools that would be helpful. Coolant pressure tester, which we already mentioned during the video, but I'll add that to the list of things you might want to have. And a scan tool, some kind of scan tool that could read live data. I've got a little pocket reader, doesn't read live data. The shop has scan tools though that can read live data. So if your shop already has one of those, just use theirs because you are going to want to verify the coolant temperature, operating temperature through the DLC instead of just looking at the cluster, so you can see if it's getting up to a certain temperature and hopefully the fans kick on when they're supposed to. Catch bucket, yeah, they probably already know about all that. What else? Is there something else? For various repairs, okay, yeah, an AC machine might be needed for recovery, depending on if you're doing a cylinder head gasket where you cannot go forward without detaching the AC compressor. But now we're getting into advanced stuff. Your shop should have that if you're doing stuff like that. For most of my DIY guys, you should be able to have, hopefully you have a vehicle that you can just take it, unbolt it, and then set it to the side. That's my hope for you guys that are DIY with the cars that you have. That's all that I can really think of at the top of my head, okay? Let me know down in the comments if there are tools that I left out for cooling system repairs that you would recommend that anybody have. That's all I got for tonight's video. I hope you guys found it fun and entertaining. Cheers to those of you that have your beers, and we'll see you next time. Deuces.